When dealing with species that have not reached into the stars, it is normal for a little bit of smuggling to happen, a little bit of what the humans call black marketing. And out of all those species that are being siphoned off of their materials that's sold under the radar of all the galactic community, well, there's one export that goes above all else. It is an export from humanity. Nothing is more profitable than cinema. The first views have made it to the galactic stage far earlier than any human colonization was even thought of. One of our neighbor species has sent drones to work with the humans, and because of this, we have been able to receive and smuggle even their earliest animations all the way to their more current computer generated images. It was first seen as cute. Look at these strange creatures creating moving drawings. Normally, such things are used to teach our young larvae the basics of how to survive out in the universe. Yet it seems the humans use these as entertainment. At first, it was seen as cute, rudimentary. Yet, due to the human's ability to put a cohesive narrative together, even today, many moving animations of two-dimensional cinema are consumed on a very regular basis by the entire galactic. The genre known as anima is one of particular interest in this, though certain points in their development, the quality of hours long, real personnel cinema has degraded to the point that many argue the point of invading the planet to force them to create better content. There was no better time to push this idea for them than the early 2020s by the human calendar. The limit of enjoyable cinema was so bad that invasion fleets were already being prepared. That is until they were reminded to watch other cinema over again. Certain names of characters, titles, series were enough to make invasion fleets pause as they did not want to stop any good cinema from coming out. There was also the fact that certain things worried them because if they were true and not falsehoods, they realized that the humans would be very dangerous. There was the true grit of Rooster Cogburn. There was the tenacity of a constable that would not die easy. There was the power of their commandos to take down entire armies single handedly. Even realized the fact that actors, once they realized that what actors were, these were not soldiers, and only needed the mention of a name of a certain actor who was even beyond the prime of his life, was able to train and fight extremely well, showcasing his talents in multiple movies. If an actor could become that good, that fast, then how dangerous would their actual warriors be? The most effective example used was specific to each spacefaring species. It seems as though there was already a movie, show, animation depicting their species' weapons and tactics and how the humans would destroy them. Many of these different species enjoyed the movies because it made them look stronger than they actually were. The idea of energy shields strong enough to cover an entire large land units would have enough energy to destroy an entire seaboard in a single strike. The Palectus walkers looked and acted almost identical to what they saw on their screens, yet they see the final scenes where shields fail. And the fact that they cannot create these shields due to the energy drain, they just look at the humans and say, nope. Or how about the Madagascar with their circular, massive landing craft? The idea that the humans will radiate their own planet to achieve success, even halfway through their first iteration of this cinema, was enough to scare them enough to stay away. Even the predatory species known as the Mictarian realized that their own warrior cultures were shown to have a disadvantage as humans would simply find a way past their active camouflage. Even their shoulder-fired cannons are only partially effective compared to what the humans placed on the images in front of them, and yet the humans were able to almost shake off what was going on. Though this proves to us that invading the human homeworld is a losing gambit. Their cinema has probably saved our peoples. Less than a decade ago, our explorers were being overrun by a strange alien species we had never encountered before. This species used us to incubate and would simply hibernate when no host was around. Yet the host itself would not survive the incubation period, as the host would consume it right afterwards. The resulting offspring would grow very rapidly to repeat the process as fast as they could, and then use all the shuttles left behind to expand as fast as they could. Realizing the dangers, the explorers left the planet as soon as they realized what they were looking at. They did not want to take any chances as they called up the warrior caste to nuke the entire site from orbit. Seeing that single outbreak of these strange alien creatures that ended up not only killing an entire colony world to create more of themselves, but taking out an entire battalion of warrior caste just by using their teeth and claws to tear them apart. We looked at how fast and devastating they did this as well, and we knew at that point the humans were correct. It was the only way to be sure. Now we look out to the humans and we await their arrival here in the void. We look at them slowly expanding to their closest planetary neighbors, though they seem to have some issues on their own planet. I wonder what wonderful cinema they'll come up with next, now that they have begun to spread their wings and breach into the ether of space and grow out to see us. I wonder, could it be possible that I would end up on one of these human cinemas? Perhaps. I would think more of a documentary to know that we are the ones that they ran into first, or second, or whenever they actually reach us. Though I do have to wonder one thing. Am I very photogenic? As I think this, I look into my reflection and then look at the humans and look back, and I can't help but wonder, I don't know. I mean, they might like the blue in my four eyes, but my mandibles don't make me exactly photogenic. Then, wait a minute. What is it the humans used to say? Ah, yes. Now I remember the phrase that they would say. Then again, it pains me to actually think that I might just have a face for radio.